This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 3 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Kazkaban. Everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlepp is here.
Wow, Mike. I'm not excited at all.
Patreons will get that. Sign up to the Patreon.
You drag me back here.
Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Jump on for full videos and a little bit more at the top of each show.
Wow.
There is a lot of incentive on the Patreon, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Is there?
Tell them about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one of them. I don't get access to it. I just participate.
Should give you access.
Yeah, I should get access to that.
You do get the sorting ceremony podcast and full videos. But anyway.
I wish I'd seen a sorting ceremony. Yeah. I have lived them, but I would love to see them again.
Yeah. Book 3.
Wow.
We're back after a little hiatus on the pod.
We are. Oh, we're on to book 3. Oh, 10, 9,
oh, what's this character? What's this?
7,
6, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Happy new season!
Oh yeah, we're on. It's season 3 of the pod, year 3, season 3. Because for a while,
I probably could have started the countdown about 5.
Yeah,
but
and I thought you were just counting down 2, 3. I thought we were going to.
No,
that was the joke.
No, it's Happy New Season, not a new year.
Not a new year. Happy New Season.
It is a new season.
New season. Because for a while it was year 2, but we were still on book 1. Then it was year 3, but we were still on book 2. So halfway through the year, and we
what's happening now?
What do you mean?
So we're on book 3.
Book 3, year 3.
Oh, okay.
Is it year 3? 2022. It's year 4. Is it? I don't know. Someone do the math, to be honest. But book 3, how exciting. We're starting a brand new season.
Yeah.
Not year of the book.
No, of course. I'm super excited, Mike.
Yeah.
I feel like you think I hate doing this.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Because you keep asking, are you sure you want to come back? Yes.
Because we could get anyone to do this. You're lucky. You're lucky we asked you to be on the show. Anyone would do this show. Do you know how many people would be banging on that door if you left? We could replace you in a second. You're worthless.
I know.
To
I should be grateful. Look at all the opportunities you've given me.
I know. So many.
Yeah. No, super excited to be back. Although I guess I've had enough time to forget how frustrating the books are. So maybe I will remember that.
Funnily enough, we were just at like my local coffee shop where we were talking to Tom, the barista there. Great guy.
Shout out to Tom.
Who listens to this podcast. And I was like, oh, this is Sam from the podcast. And then he's like, oh, you guys, because I was like, we're recording today. He's like, you guys excited to get back into it? And we're both kind of like, yeah, it's been, and then I said, it has been nice not doing it for a while.
Well, you said, this is Sam from the podcast. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, you've probably heard him because you listen to it, Tom. And he goes, oh, yeah, probably. I was like, well
he's
do you listen or not? Because you'd definitely hear me. Are you sure are you sure your barista listens?
Yeah, but I think he started at season 1, year 1, season 1, where it was not always you. It was a few people.
Well, Tom, if you are listening now, send a coffee emoji.
Yeah, send us a coffee emoji on Instagram. I guess like it's been 5 weeks since we wrapped up season 2 in that extraordinary ending. Clownish Kim Jiri was Jim Wilkins the whole time. Yes. I don't know. I don't really remember much else.
Yes.
The dragon in the Fort Anglia.
Oh, is that? Yeah, we should start a project where we're remembering
remembering
what we
the books.
have in the last books. Yes, so and then Kazkaban.
They're all going to Kazkaban
to try and rescue. Oh, but hang on, have they just gone home for the summer holidays?
They've gone home. No, they're not going to Kazkaban. Mr. Charger and clownish Kim Jiri have headed over to Kazkaban.
Sorry, now I'm remembering. It was a bit of. I feel like now I'm remembering the end of the last book was a bit of an anti-climax, because I feel like we had the climax about 5 chapters before the end of the book.
Then there was just 5 more chapters of a lot of talking and nonsensical stuff. Amy, just send a little summary for us we can read next week of
That's true.
How the Amy's our power listener of the show. Just let us know how it ended.
We should have asked her for one ahead of episode 1.
Amy, do you want to do a recap of book 2? Just do it as a voice memo on your phone and we'll put it up.
Of course, we've featured Amy's voice on the podcast before.
Yeah, at the live show.
Which was at the live show. So thanks for coming.
Very cool.
I'm excited. I assume we will at some point do a season 3 live show.
Yes.
I've just not discussed that with Mike, but
I was going to say to you, hey, would you do another live show? Because I really want to.
Dag nabbit, you got me, Mike. I'm in.
Okay, great. Because we could get anyone to do it. We could. We could call
Who you got in mind?
anyone to do it. Oh, Matt, we could get anyone.
Stephen Fry?
Yeah, we could get him easily.
Remember that kid? There was the kid that wrote in suggesting guests. They got me one week, and then he said, have you thought about getting Stephen Fry as a guest?
Yeah, Matt. Well, we've got Barack Obama lined up for next week, and he loves it.
Yes, you can.
You know what? This is just a side note and a shout out to a friend in the industry. So, do you know the Australian podcast Four Finger Discount, the Simpsons review podcast?
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, so great. They do a bunch of TV recap podcasts here in Australia. Great guys, great friends, Dando, Guy, and Mitch. And Dando just messaged me yesterday, and he's like, "Hey, we're starting this new podcast on our network. It's a voice acting podcast that I'm co-hosting with Jim Cummings, who is the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And our first guest is Mark Hamill, a.k.a. Luke Skywalker.
What?
And then the next guest is the voice of SpongeBob. And I was just like, that's awesome.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
And And they want you on it as well?
No. We just talk about our podcast.
Oh
It's
my
like, yeah, we're doing
God.
this now. Mark Hamill's coming on next week.
Mark Hamill is coming on.
Yeah, so maybe I'll try and get Mark Hamill on this as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Keep listening to this pod though, guys. Don't go over to that one just
He told
yet.
me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your father.
Mark Hamill's right here already. Didn't realise we had him here.
Wow.
Okay, 5 weeks away though. Have you been up to much?
Oh, I think you're saying something was 5 weeks from now.
No, not the
5
live
weeks.
show.
Well, finished up the comedy festival. I
Yeah,
was doing the
great
comedy festival.
run. Great run.
Thank you. Got sick at the end, which was awesome, but just powered through because I'm a professional.
Yes.
And I sneezed on everyone in the front row and they all got sick. But so, professional. And then I've been doing some work. I was writing and starring in some Coles supermarket internal training videos.
Such
So
a
you know
big
I made
gap.
it, baby.
The next Mark Hamill right
Yeah,
here.
if you are 14 and 9 months and older and you're getting a job at Coles Local in the next decade, they'll probably keep using them, you will see
Look out for
me
this
in your
guy.
internal portal, training portal. So, yeah, pretty
the
cool.
first steps of a budding actor.
I'm pretty sure Mark Hamill did do...
Coles. He came over.
He did some training videos.
All right, so
Jedi training videos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to hear more about my life.
No,
but,
no. Well, is there anything else?
then I'm starting working. I'm working back on the cheap seats.
That's right.
If you're in Australia,
Yeah.
Tuesdays 8:40.
Yeah.
I do some research for it.
And
Writing
the
research.
100 is coming back.
And are you working on the 100 again?
I'm about to head up to Sydney to record a new season of Hamish and Andy's Remembering Project. So, guys, there's a lot
There's a
happening,
lot
all right?
going on.
It's hard to replace these guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to get acquired by some big business who take the format but just get new hosts. It's not like that. This is an indie podcast, which is why you should support the Patreon.
Although, imagine if we either got sponsored by Coles or Coles acquired, we could be on Coles Radio. Harry Potter and the Boys on Coles Radio. So you're walking around a supermarket and you're hearing these guys talking about farts and jizz.
That'd be great.
We haven't said jizz before, actually. I
No,
don't think. So
it
that
might
was-
come up. Now,
No pun intended.
you don't know the title of book 3, so
No.
And I guess the new artwork for the podcast has been made by Dave Ferrier, the fantastic
Fart work is... No, we don't.
the
We haven't called
fantastic artist of this show. I guess
that. Thanks, Dave.
Dave's a great guy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the new artwork with the title.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to absorb it all in one.
Going to absorb it all in one hit. Now that some of the
What if you show me for half a second and I have to try and absorb it all in? No, let's not do that.
Okay. The patrons have already seen this because I put it up early for them.
And everyone listening already know. I'm the only one.
Yeah, Sam is actually.
I'm the only one that doesn't know.
Sam, book 3 of Harry Potter and the Boys. Here's the artwork. Describe what you see.
Oh my god! So okay, I'm looking at Harry Potter and the Boys, book 3. The Cumentors from Kazkaban. Oh my god, they are Cumentors. Is that what we said they were going to be? Or they already said that?
The Cumentors, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, and we've got Harry. No, well, I guess we've got. What the hell? Okay.
Well, Sam is just processing the artwork here. Take a look on the Instagram page at HBATB.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say it looks like. Harry Potter, because of the lightning scarf.
Yes.
And he's holding a puppet, a hand puppet.
Like a sock puppet. Yeah, a hand puppet, I guess.
Of Harry Potter, also of himself.
Yes, okay.
Then we've got, on the left side, we've got someone in Kazkaban, in a straitjacket, in a prison suit with a long beard.
Now, I think that is Vladek Slava-the-Manov. Because he's like a hairy man and he's got a big beard and he's in a straitjacket.
Yeah, and who it reminds me of from the Harry Potter canon is Crumb's mate.
Karkaroff.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Karkaroff.
He looks a bit like Borat mixed with Karkaroff.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's got a very triangular beard. Then on the other side, we've got what I would describe as a sad mime.
Well, it's Mr. Charger.
Is it?
If you've seen the other artwork, which clearly you never have looked, that's Mr. Charger's face. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
But he's dressed as a sad mime.
Yes.
And he's wearing a beret.
He's wearing a beret. And then we have, I think we have a few little Cumentors. Because they're white.
They are white.
They're not.
So
that is very clever.
There you go. That is the artwork. And so Sam.
That's really good. So does Dave? What does Dave get to go off?
So I just read some of the first few chapters and find the descriptions of like the characters.
Wow.
And then I send to Dave like a little brief and like this is what they look like as in the book. And
that's a peek behind the curtains.
Go from there.
Wow.
That's a peek behind the curtains. Yeah. So Sam. I guess we get into it. Book 3.
Before we start, I guess, do you have any new season resolutions? What are you hoping for out of season 3?
I think we've been hitting a really good JPM, jokes per minute, which translates to a really good LPM. So no changes there.
I think LPM, more important than JPM.
Yeah,
because you can have an L without
a J,
specifically a J. I mean, everything. Yeah. Sometimes you don't realise a J is a J.
Yes, exactly. But also sometimes a J, sadly, does not result in an L, as we learnt at your Comedy Fix show. No, your show was very funny, man.
Thanks, man. So I guess, well, I'm also hoping to just keep the laughs up. Hopefully, I guess we're hoping that Lockie...
And Gemini. But that's not a resolution. Like, we can't do anything to change
I guess I'm just hoping to have fun this season.
Send in your new season resolutions to Instagram. Let us know.
What else?
What do you want to get out of this book?
Yeah. I want to grow as a person.
Yeah. I want to grow as a reader as well. So walk us through. You're on the first page of the book here.
Well, what I'm noticing is some word art for the title.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's like shadowy kind of...
And it's pink.
It's pink.
The text is pink. Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Kazkaban by Michael Liberale.
And it's kind of hard to read because it all has a shadow, but the shadow is really badly placed, so it's just hard for your eyes to distinguish.
And it also has the red squiggly lines for the...
Under Cumentors and Kazkaban.
And it's giving me a bit of like either a Tim Winton title vibe.
Oh, yeah. Famous Australian author Tim Winton.
Is that the right... Am I thinking
Do you mean Tim Burton? Yeah. I think you...
I mean Tim Burton.
Tim Winton is an Australian author who wrote like... what was it called? Cloud Street and a few other books.
Tim Winton? Oh, surely I must know something else by him.
Tim Burton is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what?
Johnny Depp.
I'm going to stick with my first answer. This reminds me a lot of Tim Winton.
Okay.
Very Australian... Cloud
Street.
Cloud Street.
I've never read it. Oh, no, I have read a Tim Winton book because Jack Post got me one for my birthday a few years ago.
Can we quickly Google Tim Winton?
Yeah, sure.
Or should I just look it up on my
Just to
phone?
see his books.
Yeah, because I'm convinced.
Tim Winton.
Sorry, well, I know people are really wanting to start the...
Let's do a Tim Winton fan fiction pod. Yeah, Cloud Street, Blueback. Like, I doubt he had any success out of Australia. The Riders.
How have I don't think I've even read any of these, and I've somehow...
Lockie Leonard. Lockie
Leonard.
He did kids' books and adult books.
Yeah.
Lockie Leonard.
Maybe Lockie Leonard.
Which was one of the kids' books, if you couldn't tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
That's Tim Winton for you.
Who's Tim Burton anyway? All right, I did mean Tim Burton.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it does look a bit Tim Burton-ish. Okay,
But-
scrolling down, I think the listeners would appreciate if we did get on with the fanfic
Okay.
at this stage.
Okay, well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Bit of
New
chit-chat.
season. Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've got the title, and then we've got a little page inside the. I guess you call it it's usually where like the acknowledgements are.
Yeah,
or
the epitaph. Epitaph? I don't know.
prologue. Maybe.
No, it's not
even
a prologue. Just to like the dedications and stuff. So disclaimers and dedications.
And it says, "This book is entirely non-fictional. Any similarities to you is completely intentional."
And I don't think we should say the name of that's written next.
Oh, is that a real-
Can you just say Mr. Charger?
Oh, so that's who Mr. Charger's based on.
Yeah.
Especially you, Mr. Charger. Fuck you.
Which kind of reminds me of the start of 500 Days of Summer. Do you remember at the start it goes like, this movie is not based on any real people. Any similarities are purely coincidental, especially you. Yeah.
I don't remember. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for going along with it. So I guess we start by reading the title of the chapter, which Sam, take it away.
I can't believe we're at chapter 1.
Chapter 1, after being at chapter 45 or whatever of the last book, here we are back at chapter 1.
We're going to be thinking about this in about 58 chapters time, thinking, wow, we're still
what
here?
have we gotten into?
How far have we come? All right, here we go. Book 3, chapter 1.
Harry Potter and the what is it? The Cumentors of Kazkaban.
Okay, fine, I'll start again. Harry Potter and the Cumentors of Kazkaban. Chapter 1, I'm really sorry. I love that as a first chapter of a book. I'm really sorry.
Because wasn't the first chapter of book 2, the narrator did say, like, this is not a good book.
This was like 6 years ago, man. I don't know.
This is back when we were at school, man. I don't even remember. But I think the narrator was like, don't read this book. It's a bad book.
That's true.
But it wasn't called anything like "don't read this book."
Yeah, that's like if you're sending an email, you're putting the message in the subject line, aren't you? I'm really sorry.
Like, for a book to start with "I'm really sorry," either it's going to go one of two ways. Either one, apologizing for the previous books, or two, apologizing for what's to come.
What's to come. And to all the listeners, we are sorry.
Yes.
About what's to come.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
All right.
Wow, I can't believe we're in a new adventure here.
Okay, I'm really sorry. If you've opened this book by accident, I wanted to say that I'm sorry.
And of course, the narrator often is
like
a character in the book. So
you know what this reminds me of? The Book Thief.
Oh,
Have you read The Book Thief?
No. Oh, I've
Great
seen the movie.
book. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic movie.
Okay, well, it's I guess some of that, but where it's
I guess you could say the movie was a book thief.
oh, really?
Because I didn't buy the book because I
very
saw
good.
the movie.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
But it's from the perspective of death.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Maybe that's not revealed at the start. Well, spoilies.
Sorry, that's not this. That's definitely not this because I never read the book, as you know.
But this is the narrator. If you open this book by accident, I wanted to say that I'm sorry. I understand that reading can often be thought of as a relaxing and satisfying pastime. You've done pastime. Pastime is one word. But I can assure you that this book will be nothing of the sort.
That's quite foreboding.
Not relaxing. You see, while a general collection of books out there tend to make a lot of sense, have a neat structure, and flow nicely from chapter to chapter with little to no spelling mistakes or grammatical errors, this book is not
sure
that.
If that's a joke in itself.
Is
or
that
an
a
actual
joke?
typo?
Because, yes, anyway,
Yeah.
you have made a typo there.
Wow, okay. So, yeah.
Lots of errors already.
Yeah.
Literally 2 errors that I can count.
In the sentence that
yeah.
says most books don't have errors.
Yeah. This book is not that. This book, unpleasant titled Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Kazkaban, so unpleasantly, is a sort of parody book, I guess you could call it, that not only mocks and belittles its source material, the Harry Potter series, but does it poorly.
Just the series.
Yeah.
One series,
Yeah.
multiple series.
But does it poorly, with very little effort, and with jokes that could have been seen from a mile away. Or a kilometre if you live in Australia.
Or Canada.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of. Seriously, kilometres make way more sense than miles. Oh, fuck. Okay, you know how I said I was excited? I regret that.
I think now it's sunk in like, oh no, we're doing this.
I forgot it's hard to read this.
Yeah, true.
Seriously, kilometres make way more sense than miles. Let that sink in. Means
Yeah,
ban.
there you go. Suck it, American listeners. Fuck you
well,
guys.
it does. When they're like, oh, a yard is 33.4 fucking inches.
But
And, you know.
our system, 1 centimetre, 100 centimetres is a metre, 1,000 metres is a kilometre. It's all base 10.
Yeah.
I do not understand this inches, acres.
Let's do the 40 nickel race or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Nah. Sorry, guys. We're not having it.
Because then when they come to the Olympics and it's all in meters,
Yeah.
the Americans like, oh, what do we do? like, a running track
no,
is 400 meters around.
Yeah, but we've talked about this before. 400 metres is a quarter mile.
Exactly.
Yes, roughly.
We have talked about this before
Yeah.
on this podcast.
There you go. Same old pod, same old story.
Literally the same
New
chit-chat.
book, same story.
If you've opened this book on purpose, then I'm not sorry. Nope, this is book 3 after all. You've had 2 whole books to learn your lesson. 2 whole books. Those being Harry Potter and the Boys and its follow-up, Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. To realise that continuing to read these books is simply a waste of time. Unless, of course, you've just started a book 3, which is a stupid idiot thing to do, and you deserve all the pain you'll get.
Again, JK never started, Prisoner of Azkaban, being like, back in Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone,
Yeah.
you would have learned this about Harry.
Or say, have you read those 2 yet? You haven't? You're an idiot. But keep reading.
Yeah, you're not going to get any of these.
Yeah, this will, yeah.
So far does feel like nothing in this chapter is related to Harry Potter.
That could go on, I feel like.
Someone in the Patreon did comment that after seeing the artwork, like, I bet the title of this book has is less relevant than because the Team Wizard Tournament book 2 was barely relevant for the second half of the book, or the second 3 quarters.
Yeah, I can see that happening here because we've already in book 2 we've already kind of met Kazkaban.
Yeah.
We know about Kazkaban.
Yeah.
Like, how long can you string that out for?
Yeah.
So I almost think chapter 4 will be done. We'll be out of Kazkaban, and it'll be about Hogsmeade, which will be called Coxmeade. Or something.
Coxmeade. Why? I guess there could be another burrow near Hogwarts that they just discovered.
And the Shrieking Shack will just still be called the Shrieking Shack.
Yeah.
But in a sexual way. Maybe the Shrieking Shack will like moan instead of shriek. Anyway.
The Moaning Mac.
The Moaning Mac. No, that's nothing.
The haunted McDonald's near Hogwarts. Didn't in the last book there was a chapter and it ended with like Harry was like to Neville, you want to go to Macca's?
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
Still, one of the highlights was when Privet Drive blew up when the oven that was
He left the oven
that
on.
was hilarious.
We got to meet Uncle Vernon's ghost.
yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, here we go. We'll continue. There are plenty of other books you could read that would be much more worth your time, written by much better authors, including a book about a magical cupboard that takes you to another world.
Oh, yeah.
And a book about a cosmic Jewish guy who dies and then comes back to life after being nailed to a freaking cross. That's... Okay, actually, that's just the Bible. which isn't really a book.
So the first one was Narnia.
Yes.
Then the second one's the Bible.
Cosmic Jewish guy. I don't think I've heard Jesus described as that before.
As a cosmic Jewish guy.
Yeah.
He kind of is, though.
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't he fly into space and then heaven is past space?
yeah.
Yeah, body and soul.
I know that's what they don't really, they're all maybe I said this on the podcast last time. But there's a lot of like, the bit about, he died, he was nailed to the cross, went into a tomb, then he came back to life. And like, that's the big bit. But like, no one talks about
how he rose
3 years later, he just like floats into the heavens.
That's actually canon in the Bible.
Yeah.
For anyone who was raised Catholic.
Because you're like, do you ever think about, he came back to life, but then he had to die a second time?
Yeah.
No, he just floated up in the air.
I have to go now. My home planet needs me. He just flies up, body and soul.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, yeah, literally.
Do you think people at this point regret coming back to the pod?
Yes, I do.
Rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah, just a reminder.
While you're at it.
Yeah, 5 stars is the worst, right? Yeah. Okay. Nailed to a freaking cross. Okay, actually, that's just the Bible, which isn't really a book. Well, I guess it is a book. In fact, a lot of people call it the good book, which is actually a pretty arrogant thing to call your own book when you think about it. Like when God was writing the Bible, was he like, let's use the subheading, the good book? Which is just funny because he didn't write it. What a phantasmic marketing pitch scene.
Fuck, what? Phantasmic marketing with 2 G's
at the end.
and then pitch with a C on the end.
Yeah. Like, let the readers make their own minds up. It's funny that you're all saying, let the readers make their own minds up, but you've just said, in real life, rate it 5 stars.
Yeah. But also, like, think any other book, being like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the good book. Like, pretty arrogant.
Well,
the Bible, the good book.
You know what?
Okay.
It's called it hasn't called it the best book.
That's true. It implies there are better books, but it's like, if you want a good book, come over to the Bible, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, but I guess they are calling it the good book. That's the arrogant part. There's lots, I would say, lots of good books.
You'd want to be like the Bible, a good book.
A good book.
Yeah, it's a good book. There's others.
There are
Harry
others.
Potter, good book. Great. Some would say great.
And to be honest, the Bible, good, gets pretty repetitive.
Does it?
Especially at the start. It's like, I'm not coming, it's not coming from New Testament or Old Testament, but it's like, yes, and Abraham begot Moses, and Moses begot blah, blah, blah. And there is about 4 pages of just like a timeline of like a family tree.
The other thing about the New Testament, sorry to go off, why are we talking about this? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all telling the same story, just from their own perspective. So it's like if in Harry Potter, you read the first chapter and then you read it again with a different author writing it. Yeah.
Which actually, in a way, in Prisoner of Azkaban, they have the time turner.
True.
So you go the same section
bit like that.
in a different way.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that.
It is. Yeah. Not exactly,
really.
but, I don't know why.
That is interesting. They've really padded out the book, haven't they?
They've really padded out the good
Putting
book.
4 drafts in the same... Just choose one.
Just choose one. Why? Why do we need 4? Anyway,
if
you're not Catholic, the Catholic discussion stops now.
Yeah,
we're not really Catholic. It was forced upon us.
Yeah, I guess our discussion stops, but it does keep talking about it in the book. I'm just saying. Okay. So, but anyway, since the Bible is out here calling itself the good book, so certain that it is objectively good, then I, the narrator of this book, am perfectly happy to refer to this book as the bad book.
Oh.
Even think of this entire series of woeful Harry Potter parody novels as a collection of bad books.
Okay. Interesting.
If you've been given this book as a present, I'm really sorry.
I love how 13-year-old me assumes that this is a published.
No one's been given this book because it hasn't been printed.
It hasn't been printed. It's never left the digitized page. It somehow made a journey from Windows XP to Mac OS, whatever. But that's basically all.
That is so funny.
Excuse this interruption, teachers and students. Just a reminder that Derek is a disgrace to all wizards, but also we do a bunch of stuff here at Radio Mike Productions. You can listen to our other podcast, 20th Century Boy. It's out every Thursday, and it's the conversations you wish you were having about the stuff that no one else cares about. Last week on the show, we talked about Ed Sheeran's plagiarism scandal, the King's coronation, and we launched our brand new theme music. You can also rate this podcast 5 stars on Spotify or leave a review wherever you listen, and as well as that, you can follow the Instagram page at HPATBpod, where we post daily Harry Potter memes. While you're at it, give me and Sam a follow at radio.mike and at Sam Garlepp. All right, let's get back to the show.
Right now, to call your grandma or uncle or your best friend Damien from school's stupid mum or whoever thought giving you this book was a good idea and tell them that you don't want it. If they refuse to take it back, which they probably will, take this book to your nearest oven. Oh, yeah. Take this book to your nearest oven, turn on the fire. Turn on the fire.
A guy who doesn't understand how an oven works.
Yeah.
I think he means like a furnace.
I think you mean the oven, but you're just like, yeah, you press on the oven and the fire comes on. Which isn't exactly right. Yeah.
No, you couldn't like just immediate. I don't know.
Take this book. We still don't understand ovens, I think is what we're learning.
Yeah.
Take this book to your nearest oven, turn on the fire, and burn this book. Burn it.
Like basically, if you wanted to burn a book, there would be more efficient ways of doing it than putting it in
In
an
the oven and
Yeah.
waiting to slow cook it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be slow cooking the book. It would burn eventually.
Speaking of book burning, in The Book Thief, that's, it's set in...
Burning books because it's Nazi Germany,
Yeah, exactly.
isn't it? Yes, I saw the film.
Great book.
Saw the film.
Oh, I'm doing that thing where I move the mouse around again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Don't even worry about the potential consequences of lighting a fire. And if your parents yell at you, just explain to them that the book told you to do it. And admittedly, your parents might end up thinking you're completely insane.
It's a bit Ralph Wiggum.
Yeah.
The leprechaun is telling me to burn stuff.
But yeah, what is that exact line?
The leprechaun tells me to burn things.
Yeah, but I
think?
wanted you to do it in the...
Oh, nah.
We'll plug it in here.
I don't like that. That's so much effort.
I loved making you do things like that. But to be honest, admittedly, your parents might end up thinking you're completely insane. But to be honest, they wouldn't be super wrong, as having this book in your possession is probably the most insane thing you could possibly do. Again, I'm really sorry. Don't read this book.
Which, ironically, our boss, Andy Lee, has a series of best-selling children's book called Don't Open This Book or something.
Did he maybe get a sneak peek of your laptop? I'm hearing lawsuits.
Just one throwaway line from my book sells $1 million book deal for Andy. Wow.
Well, you could, maybe you could piggyback onto
Possibly,
just get some royalties.
Yeah.
If you are determined to stay with us and continue to follow the absurd journeys of the boys, those being Michael Carmichael, Rob Robson, Luke Lucas, Lockie Lockhart, Sam Thompson, Derek Derrickson, and possibly Dimmy Dimatina and Harold Biscuits, then fine. So,
Because even we are like, are they part of it?
are they part of the boys? Are they going to continue being in the book? We don't know yet.
I wasn't even sure if Derek was one of the boys. I thought the boys were the core group of Gryffindors and then there was some other boys, but they weren't the boys.
I guess that, I'd say the core group of boys think that they're just the boys, but I guess in the context of the books, aren't we all the boys?
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much.
The boys were inside of us all along.
Yes. Okay.
And
it's funny as well because Harold, I'm pretty sure at the end of the last book, didn't Harold have a line where it's like, I was barely in this book. What happened? That was such a big part of the first one.
was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
His dad was a big character.
What's happened with these, shaft of light?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
There's a werebasilisk.
Oh, that's right.
Dad signs all the boobs.
Were there no full
a good
moons
reason.
last year?
Yeah. There's a good reason to do the next live show.
What, sign more boobs?
No, I didn't say that.
Although, that's, oh my God, I keep doing it.
That's all right. All right, let's pick it up.
Okay, let's pick it up. But where is the mouse? There it is. Okay. Then fine. We accept that some of you might want to continue reading, and we understand. Who's we?
I guess all of us here at Radio Mike Productions.
And know that I, the narrator, who generously and professionally narrated the first 2 books, will indeed be with you for book number 3. I am hoping to be out of here by book 4, but that remains to be seen. Again, I'm really, really sorry. The narrator wants to, because remember, it wasn't like they tried to get Stephen Fry, was it?
Yeah, in the last book. Didn't he say in the last book, oh, I nearly nabbed a deal on Shrek 2,
yes.
the audio book of Shrek 2, which isn't a novel. Fuck.
I did find you can get the Shrek soundtrack on vinyl.
That's great.
And the vinyl is green.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good little touch. I do like that one thing you do get in this series that you don't get in the original Harry Potter is you get a lot of the...
no transphobia.
No, yes, that's sure. But also the just the internal politics of being an audiobook narrator. You get a lot of that from the narrator, which you don't really think about.
Yeah, they don't add in... Like, when they turned Harry Potter into audiobooks, they didn't give Stephen Fry a little wiggle room.
Creative liberty. Yeah, like, hey, if you want to add anything, talk about your frustrations with the project, just do it.
Because often at my place, we might turn on some Harry Potter audiobook at night time to go to sleep.
Yeah. Such a good way to fall asleep.
And just because my girlfriend puts it on, but then sometimes she puts it on louder than she forgets how loud she's put it on.
Right.
And sometimes there are quite scary scenes in Harry Potter, and Stephen Fry's just yelling shit, and that kind of wakes me up. But also, I feel like he does some very funny... I forgot that he does voices.
Yeah, he puts voices on.
He's Dobby and like Winky voices are they're not quite the Dobby from the movies.
Right.
It's still high pitched, but it's like, Dobby, is free.
Even his Hermione is like him reaching to do a young girl's voice.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know. It's just funny to listen to. Like, you forget that he does them.
We should do audiobooks for these. Like, I just read out chapter by chapter without any commentary.
This is what that's meant.
That's what the podcast was supposed to be.
It's meant to be that.
It's evolved into its own beast.
Oh God! If
people want that, I will start doing it from book 1. Just
no more chit chat.
No more chit chat. Nah, love the chit chat.
No more chit chat.
No, I'm chit chat pro.
Of course, some of you may be wondering if there are any redeeming factors about this book. And I can assure you, there are none.
Fuck.
This book does involve lies, betrayal, deception, kidnapping, various sexual references, 1 or 2 somewhat graphic sex scenes.
Oh, wow.
Various references to masturbation, as well as to clitoris. So I think you mean the clitoris.
Yeah, and I think
a mysterious aspect of the female body that no one's ever found.
Some people say it's a myth.
No, yeah,
the clitoris.
No,
I remember seeing when I was way too young to see it. The South Park movie, and they ask Chef for advice on how to make a girl like you, and Chef says to them, "You just have to find the clitoris." But because I was like so young, I didn't know what he was saying. I thought he was saying find the clearest. And I was just like, what is that? Like, I just do not understand what he's saying at all.
Just the clearest gal.
Just the clearest gal you can find.
But yes, translucent. So pale. So pale in skin tone that you can see through them.
All, yeah. You can see right into the ovaries.
Yes. So he's spelt it CLITRISS.
Clitoris.
Yes. Various references to masturbation as well as to clitoris and one brief appearance of a transformer. Try to guess which one. It's Optimus.
This probably was the year that the first Transformers with Shia LaBeouf came out as well.
Geez, how do you pronounce it?
Is it Shia LaBeouf or Shia LaBeouf?
I just say LaBeouf, but that's probably wrong too.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you thought the references to dick sucking were confined to book 2, you'd be wrong.
Oh God! Of course, the big dick sucking chapter in Team Wizard Tournament.
Yeah, which lost me a few friends, but that's all right.
That's all right. If you want to stop doing the podcast, we can fucking replace you.
Imagine if there's someone walked in right now. Yeah. I bet you Pat's waiting in the bathroom. He's been there for 2 hours. I'm here, boys. Someone say replacement. There's dick sucking in this book too. But really, shouldn't there be dick sucking in every book? Probably not. Especially not the Bible. Actually, was there dick sucking scene in the Bible between Judas and Mary or something? Was that the big betrayal thing? We might never know. Well, we probably would if we read the Bible. Anyway, the point is, there will be dick sucking in this book, and no one has ever sat down and read the entire Bible, okay?
I actually think that's true. I don't think anyone has ever read the full Bible.
My dad is just, he's anti, he calls them God botherers. Is this anyone religious?
Oh, yeah.
He says he's read the Bible just like out of spite so that he can argue.
I met your dad at your comedy show.
Yeah.
Lovely guy.
He's great.
Yeah.
But I think he's read it so that he can...
So we can like have all these points about
having an informed argument.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Does your dad know me? Because he came up to me as though he knew me.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Ah, cool.
I think so.
Lovely guy. What's his name?
Adam.
Oh, Adam. Oh, ironic. The first man in the
Adam
Bible.
and Eve,
He's the first character to pop up.
So there probably was dick sucking in the Bible. Adam and Eve.
You'd think so.
The forbidden fruit.
The other weird thing about Adam and Eve is that Adam and Eve had kids, and then it was just incest from there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also,
And were Adam and Eve married? No.
No. So there you go.
Premarital sex. So then what the fuck?
I did this tweet the other week. Follow me on Twitter at It's Radio Mike, where I was like,
I'm right.
you know. No, but I was just like, you know what? We all give God a hard time for banishing Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. But really, he gave them one rule in exchange
true.
for eternal paradise.
Yeah.
Just don't eat the apples out of this tree.
Because there's probably lots of other apples in other trees.
Yeah. And if I was God, I'd be pissed off too. I just wanted one thing from you. You couldn't do it. Get out of my paradise.
I know, but it's just like that one. Well, I was going to say, it's like that one thing they say you can't do. It's like the forbidden fruit. I'm like, oh, it is that. Sorry, that's where it came from. That's where it came
That's
from.
literally the metaphor. All right. I don't know how close
we said no more Bible chat. And we said no more chit chat.
Yep.
Anyway,
here we are.
So I got to this point. Anyway, the point is there will be dick sucking in this book and no one has ever sat down and read the entire Bible, okay? So if you're excited about that, I guess you should stick around. Anyway, I'm really sorry. Also, there's lots of coming in socks. Oh, fuck. But that's just part of growing up. I guess this is growing up.
Okay.
And the reason I'm apologise now at the start of the book as opposed to the end of the book is because I don't want to end up like in the One Republic song with Timbaland.
Apologise.
Oh,
Which again was a very big song at this time.
Yeah, you know the song? They play it all the time. Not anymore.
Not anymore. I haven't heard it in a long time. Great song though.
The one about it being too late to apologise.
It's too late to apologise. It's too late. Yeah.
It's too late.
Which is Timbaland's only contribution to the song.
Yeah.
I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off.
I love it.
The ground. That's the ending bit.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a good song. Good walk through memory lane.
I actively don't want that. I don't want it to be too late. If anything, I'm apologising too early. Oh, God. You know what? Maybe this is just a trap. Because what if One Republic and Timbaland write a song about it being too early to apologise and I end up as the subject of that song? You can't win in this world. You just can't win.
Apologise.
It's too soon.
Oh, sorry, I'll apologise later. Yeah.
I'm holding on. Anyway, okay, back to the story.
That's the book saying that, not Sam, but we follow that rhetoric.
And for those unfamiliar with the story, it does feel important to catch everybody up to speed. So journey with us to the magical world of Harry Potter. Of course, 50 years after the events of J.K. Rowling's... Oh my God, I just said Rowling. I've never said that. J.K. Rowling's...
A few people say Rowling.
Yeah.
I've always said Rowling. Maybe that's just our Australian.
I'm going to say Rowling.
Yeah.
Of course, 50 years after the events of J.K. Rowling's classic series, we pick up the action as a new generation of witches and wizards enter the school. This is so funny.
It doesn't look like it's over anytime soon.
Now, coming into their third year, the boys, please don't make me name them all again, use in brackets. What? You got somewhere to be, narrator?
You're getting paid for this, we assume. Maybe not.
Please make name them again. Have already faced a lot of trouble, particularly from their evil potion teacher, Winston Charger, who not only harboured Voldemort on his asshole for an entire year in the first book, but also created a grand scheme in the second book where he crafted a tournament to try and kill all of the boys, while the boys also discovered that when he attended Hogwarts himself, he started the Voldemort Reunitement Committee. Plus, there was this weird choir conductor at the school who ended up being a psychotic evil clown that had a history of chopping off dicks.
Now that is a really good...
That is a good summary.
So maybe, Amy, if you can do a better one, but that is sort of what's happened in the book so far.
There was a bit of a shock because it was kind of almost all one sentence again, but I think I did well.
Big paragraph.
I thought I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, so you braced yourself for it. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Harry Potter himself is now the headmaster of Hogwarts, but he's certainly not the man we knew him as in the original books. While this isn't explicitly explained, it seems to be a reaction to some of the extreme trauma he faced in childhood. Anyway, I guess the only person who would know that is the narrator. Oh wait, that's me.
You know what, Sam? I feel like it wouldn't be right to have an audiobook with you not as the narrator. Now, I think the listeners are so accustomed to you being the narrator.
That's very nice. But also, another thing we could do this year, maybe we'll mix it up, and every now and then you could read some.
Yeah, I
just made that up.
I'm happy to do whatever. I want to do some more character voices this year, at least.
Maybe, yes.
That's my new season resolution.
There we go.
Yeah. So I've got Dimmy, but I wouldn't mind doing, if there's like a Dave or a Tim or something, I'd be happy to jump in.
That's your limit. That's your limit.
I wouldn't want to do like a
white guy name. Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. If there's any of them.
There is a Luke. There is a Luke Lucas.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, where are we at in this chapter that nothing's happened?
Still talking about Harry's history. Okay. Also, he definitely never gave head to Dean Thomas behind the Quidditch pitch in 5th year. And Neville Longbottom. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Also, he definitely never gave head to Dean Thomas behind the Quidditch pitch in 5th year. And Neville Longbottom, the herbology professor at the school, is definitely a virgin. I'm so sorry.
Okay, we forgive you.
Ron Weasley and Seamus Finnegan are dead. Both killed by Mr. Charger, who is 100% not welcome back at Hogwarts this year, and 100% will not be back to teach. Oh, and the Centaurs occasionally get together and have a sex party in the Forbidden Forest that Harry sometimes tries to join in on. Ah, fuck. I'm so sorry. So now so the narrator's almost turning into what I usually say, which is apologise to the listeners for the content.
Oh god.
So anyway, at the end of the last book, which is all you really need to know if you're joining us for the first time in this book, and again, I'm sorry, Mr. Charger and that psychotic clown guy I mentioned earlier kidnapped a kid called Gemini Jones, who is described as identical to Lockie, which has been an ongoing plot point since the very first book, which I promise you will finally be resolved in this book. Okay, that might be one of the only positives you get out of this. That's good.
That's good, because that's been going on for, it's not even an interesting mystery.
Because now it's are they twins or not?
Well, we don't know, but the narrator's like, they're twins. But then, it hasn't been as explicitly said that, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I should probably explain to you, to your most likely dread, that this book is, in fact, longer than the last one. No!
Well, it took us 2 years to do the second one.
Oh my God.
See you guys in 2026.
Shit.
when we might be dead. Global warming.
We're saying no. Hopefully there are some listeners going, yes.
Yes, I can't wait for this.
I know you're probably surprised about that fact because you're probably all like, how could it be longer? That last one was so long and barely anything even happened. The only thing I remember was that dick-sucking chapter. Oh my God, that is so accurate. And again, just a reminder that sucking dicks will feature in this book. Actually, more than in the last book. You'd think we were all sucked out, but we're not. Sorry. That was
is that brackets?
That's brackets within brackets. So you've got bracket, and again, I'm just a reminder, and then you've got the sorry in brackets, and you don't.
No second closed bracket.
Oh, wait,
that's the
there
second
is.
closed bracket.
God, sorry, it's a new paragraph.
Yeah, we got to read
still
ahead.
within brackets.
We're still within those brackets. Yeah, sorry guys. There's a lot of like syntax stuff that we try our best to describe.
I'm sorry. God, it'd be awkward if any of my teachers ever found this book. I wonder what they would think. Close bracket.
Not something JK ever had to write.
No. I hope no one sees this. Not what you
She's like, I
usually
hope
write.
everyone sees this and
yeah.
I become a billionaire. I'm like, I really hope no one ever sees this.
This is starting to feel like one of those opening crawl texts in the Star Wars movies where the text appears in space while the Star Wars song plays. To give you context about the movie.
It does feel a bit like that. Like at the start of every Star Wars movie.
Bam,
And it's like, the Galactic Federation has struck a trade deal with the people of Coruscant. Luke Skywalker has found himself in the middle of a clone war.
Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm reading that. It looks too boring. Then when I was older, I was like, oh no, I will read that because it's important. But I'm
It
like,
explains what the fuck is going on.
explains what the fuck is going on. But I'm like, it is still quite boring.
Yeah.
You're right. The Republic has taken over. There's been a chance meeting in Oberon, and for Christ's sake,
Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine have been working on a super weapon, the Death Star, capable of taking out an entire planet. Princess Leia is the last channel of hope to the Alderaanian people. Oh God,
that's good stuff. Anyway,
hope my teachers don't see this.
You still don't. Yeah, you still don't. Seriously, when you think about it, what is... okay. Seriously, when you think about it, what is the in-universe explanation for that? Who has written these words? Why are they floating through space? Can the characters in Star Wars films see the words floating through space that are explaining the current situation they are in? Like, can they fly through the words in one of their spaceships? There really isn't any explanation for it, ever.
That's actually true.
Is it? Because I feel like the answer's no. It's a movie.
So the opening crawl of Star Wars, when the words come up, the characters in Star Wars can't see those words.
I feel like we all assumed that.
So it's purely just for the audience.
But it is nice that... I mean, you're probably the first person to question that.
No, I reckon, like, why are they there then? It's such an interesting choice. Maybe it is some cosmic star thing.
True.
They're stars that happen to shape... I don't know.
Or it could just be a very small projection when it's really close to it.
That's true, yeah.
And then, but anyway, because often the text finishes and a spaceship flies through and the movie begins.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess it's it's not part of the world, sadly.
I mean, at the start of any movie, when there's a black screen that goes, in 1986 there was a horrible
crack team of commandos.
Where I'm not thinking, hey, are they in a dark room and these lights are coming up and it says there's a crack team of commandos?
Giving them context.
Are they in that room? Waiting for the movie to start? Anyway.
Okay.
And
there's no explanation for the Star Wars crawl.
Yeah.
We go on.
Which would be weird if there was. If they go,
look at those words out there, hon.
Hopefully Luke can find Leia and get the message from R2-D2.
Yeah.
Wow, what are those giant words in the sky? There's no time for that, kid. We got to get the 10 parsecs.
Beep, 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 beep.
Whoa, watch out for those words. It's an asteroid belt. No, it's not.
No, they're very clear. They're English words.
Yeah.
The language we're speaking, even though it's from a galaxy we're not even from.
That's not an asteroid belt. That's exposition.
That's actually funny about Star Wars because all of the human characters speak English, even though they're not from Earth.
Yeah.
So do we have to assume that English has somehow made its way to other galaxies? But then all of the, like, Chewie speaks the Chewie language. What is he? A Wookiee language. And all the aliens, like Greedo, speak different languages. R2-D2 speaks robot language. But for some reason, they all speak English. Does not make sense.
There are some other languages in there.
Any, like, real languages, though? Like human, like...
it's like Spanish.
Yeah, it's not like we're up there and someone's speaking Mandarin Chinese.
That's true.
Yeah.
Did you know there is a little scene, Star Wars Christmas special that's it's all in Wookiee.
Oh, really?
Like it's based on a Wookiee family, and they're
With
all
subtitles?
I can't remember if there are subtitles.
Oh.
No, they're just a family of Wookiee, and then there's like a projection, and I think David Bowie or someone's in it.
Is Wookiee a real language? Like, is it a language? Because all I hear is just...
I don't think so.
Yeah. Do your
That's
best,
racist.
Wookiee. It actually is. It is racist. To a fictional race.
Let's move on.
Sorry, guys.
Let's move on. This is going for so long.
Yeah.
Anyway, with
I
all
think
that
we're at
being
the
said,
end.
and with my greatest and most sincere apologies, I'd like to formally begin the third book in this horrendous series that you really should stop reading. And just remember, everything in this book matters. Everything.
Ooh.
We heard that in the last one.
Yeah.
This, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is Harry Potter and the Cumentors from Kazkaban. We find the defendant not guilty. What the fuck? That's just me at the end. But
Now, that's interesting that it comes straight after everything in this book matters. And it's like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, which almost implies the narrator, while doing the audio
he's
book,
presenting it in a court
trial, which maybe implies that this series gets so out of hand in some public setting that there's now a court case around it.
Because it says, we define the defendant not guilty. I am so sorry.
Oh, that's the end. Ooh, end of chapter.
That should have been a prologue.
That was...
That should not have been chapter 1.
Or even like author's notes.
Yes.
You know, like that you always skip. You skip when you...
note from the author. Yeah,
Whenever
totally.
you get a book and it's like note from the author and it's like 15 pages, you're like, mate, I'm just want to read your book.
Although that is funny. That, again, I feel like when I was younger, I'd be like, who the fuck cares? I don't want to read this shit. And I'm like, oh no, but this is the person that's written it. Maybe I should.
Giving content. It's like when you open a Lord of the Rings book and there's like 150 pages of like, history of Middle Earth and all the species you need to know. And it's like, Jesus.
And you're like, I don't want to know that. Then you start reading it. You're like, what the fuck are any of these things?
Maybe I should go back and read it.
Yeah.
And there's like maps and everything. Yeah, that if your book has
maps
maps,
were cool.
Nah, if your book has to have maps, you're not writing well enough. Sorry, Tolkien.
Yeah, but I kind of like. I think I liked. Maybe it was when I was reading The Hobbit and there was a map. And I was like,
yeah.
and I go and you'd flick back. Okay, so they're making their way around here.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why?
I don't want to read a map when I'm reading a book. If I wanted to read a map, I'd go drive somewhere.
It'd be cruel if they were like, now calculate the topographic, the incline. It's a grassy knoll. No, it's,
yeah,
like
they give
geography.
you like the latitude and longitude.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Wow.
Okay, so I feel like we've had a bit of fun with the just chit chat and reading that, which nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but it did set the scene, and we're formally beginning now.
Yes, and I guess seeing as they've already said this is going to be the longer book, I can tell we've had a slow start. And hopefully something actually happens the next chapter.
Yeah. Are we going to do a sorting ceremony?
Oh, do you want to?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Patreons, make sure you jump on and support us. We're an independent podcast. Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Jump on sorting ceremony where we sort characters. There's like 7 or 8 episodes of that already there. Full videos of the pod.
And send in your new season resolutions.
Yeah, send them in. RadioMikePod@gmail.com or just DM one of us on Insta.
Yeah, because if there's anything you want us to do in this season, some suggestions of things that we can't be bothered thinking of.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding.
we won't. If a lot come in saying no more chit chat, just read the book, we might end the podcast.
Those will be ignored. But
we'll just ignore them. But yeah, I think, is that it for episode?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to make a prediction from that.
No, we have no idea what's going to happen.
We talk about the Bible for
next
most
chapter
of it.
title. Just scroll down. We'll see the next chapter title.
We'll see it.
So,
okay.
and we don't read it out, but chapter 2.
Okay.
Wow, interesting.
Is it?
Well, I guess kind of.
Yeah.
Feels like
it's a familiar. It's a familiar sentence to me.
It's a familiar sentence. Yes. I think it feels like we're going straight to the source. If you catch my drift.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
And so I feel I feel like chapter 2 from this title looks like we're actually going to get into the book.
We're in the midst of the action. So yeah, because I think chapter 2 of book 2 was it was called chapter 2, the chapter that just sets the book up a bit or something like that.
Okay.
So it's not that.
Yeah.
All
wow.
right.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, I guess what we have learned is there's going to be more dick sucking,
Which is good,
which is
depending on
what your view on that is.
Yeah. And
so
who do we want to sort today on the sorting ceremony?
I don't know.
We'll sort someone. We've done the Simpsons family, Friends characters, How I Met Your Mother, Seinfeld.
Once we decide on who we're going to sort, Mike will insert that here.
And that's the end of this week's episode. Goodbye, Amores.
Do you still want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
What, the dick sucking? No. Oh.
This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.